Okay, so we're going to start in one more time with Chris Pratt, and what we're going to do is focus on just doing one particular eye today. So I'm going to take this drawing, or this reference here, and I've already done a little bit of changes to it, so I've just done a blow up of his eye. So we're going to do what we've been practicing, give a guideline to work from. So here's his eye, and we'll just put another guideline over here to work from off of this one. Okay, and we'll move right in so you can see a little bit better here. And what we're going to focus on isn't so much on the measuring today, but more on the structure of the eye and how you want to view it. And so I'm going to do a really quick job of drawing it in here. Once again, I'm just drawing the angles that I'm seeing here. Here. And okay, so as we talked about in class today a little bit, this iris is a circle. It is a perfect circle. Okay? So we need to lay it in here where it lands. Somebody said, they had their eyes looked a little cross-eyed. What they were doing was instead of having it over here on this line, they were way over here, and all of a sudden the eye was looking in the other direction. Which you can do. I do it all the time at work, but not exactly what you want to do on a portrait if they're looking straight at you. Likewise, you want to make sure you get the correct size of an iris. This is not a good size for an iris. A lot of beginning kids, all of a sudden you see them do this. Not a good iris. So we'll get rid of that one. Likewise, so you want to get rid of that bug eye. Also, you want to make sure that that circle is, like I said, you want that perfect circle in there. Even though it's cut off, you don't want straight eyes like this. That looks really not good. Okay. It might look subtle difference, but there is a difference. So we'll get rid of that. Back to the original drawing. Okay, so we're going to put in, as you can see here, there's that baseline, and his iris is actually a little bit above that. So, and it comes in, notice right here, not quite to the angle. And it comes down this way a little bit. And once again, it is a bit of an eye, no pun intended here, but you're eyeballing this for a little bit. The iris, for the most part, it's got a pupil in the middle, and it's mainly dark, and it's definitely darker at the top in this area than at the bottom if you're a blondie. In other words, we'll duplicate this angle real quick here. Say you're not a blondie, but a blue-eyed person tends to have a much more light type of iris. So the color, it's still usually dark up here. You definitely want to show not all of that pupil, because if you see all that pupil, it tends to freak people out. Don't want them to freak out. So there you go, just a little bit of dark on the mainly dark on the top and a little bit on the bottom. I'm just getting my pupil, or my highlight in there. And so up here we get back to the original drawing. Let's see, what else do we want in here? And make sure you get your thicknesses. These thicknesses around the eye, make sure you get those, make sure they're not little pencil light things. It just does, you need a certain amount of weight in the eye for it to look right. So make sure you achieve that darkness up here that needs to be done. Also, eyelashes. If you notice, eyelashes, a lot of people draw eyelashes like this. They just go like this, except they're attached. Okay? Eyelashes tend to radiate from the eye. In other words, they if you notice these right here, they kind of go like this, and they kind of radiate like a sun ray. Okay, but you tend to not want to draw a lot of attention to these unless you're a lady who really wants these strong eyelashes, because obviously they can draw a lot of attention in themselves. So get rid of those again. And so make sure on this bottom part, I think I said it today in class, this is the guideline, but make sure that bottom part of the eye is not as prevalent. You don't want it a strong, especially when you're rendering this, you don't want that to be a strong line down there. It can become very distracting. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that guideline that was there. I'll come in here once again, and a little bit of shading kind of helps finish off that eye a little bit. Once again, this is just a quick rendering of an eye, but gives you a little bit of the basics to it. Okay.